One. Good morning, Erica. Thank you for joining us on Meet the Author today, and welcome to Rolling Out. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm honored to be here, blessed as always. Thank you so much for having me. This is a pleasure.
All right, thank you for joining me. So I just want to first and foremost say congrats on your upcoming book, My
Thank you.
Sunshine on a Cloudy Day. When will this
Thank
be out?
you. It'll be out April 21st, so it's coming up real soon. Literally, I think that's Monday.
That's Monday, right? Dope, dope.
Yeah.
So I guess why did you want to write this book?
So my inspiration came from my son, of course. A lot of people didn't know, which was kind of hard for me to like actually write this book and share this book now, because only like my close-knit family and friends knew that my son was on the spectrum. My son was diagnosed when he was 3, but I had questions of if he was autistic ever since he was 18 months old.
No.
So like 18 months, there was something that kind of happened where he just started like regressing. Like he was reaching all his milestones and talking and doing what he was supposed to do, but it just like stopped around 18 months. And I took him to see some specialists. They told me that he was too young to be diagnosed. But fast forward, he was eventually diagnosed. And yeah, it's been a journey. It's definitely been a journey. And I think that's why I really wanted to write the book because I hear so many stories about people just finding out that their kids are autistic and their kids are like 9, 10, and they could have received help like,
Early
when they
on.
were young. Exactly. Because I started my son in speech therapy like literally around 18 months, like that 18-month, 2 year mark is when he began speech therapy, OT, and that's stands for occupational therapy. But he started that young, and I think that those therapies and the necessary help that he needed was able to, progress him along. So I really wrote the book to inspire parents to really get the help that these kids need, like young.
I guess what was the moment that kind of told you I need other mothers to hear this story?
That's a great question. Because um, I keep meeting mothers who also have autistic kids, and it'll be at the most random places where I'm just meeting other mothers, and I'll see mothers out and about, and I can automatically tell, like, oh, her kid must be on the spectrum. It's like I don't know, it's like a radar that kind of goes off naturally. I can just tell, and then like I'll talk to those mothers, share those stories, and I always feel like an instant connection with those type, with the mothers that also have autistic kids. So I really, I don't know, just wanted to share with more mothers. Like it's a community of us, because it's not easy. It's not easy. And I can only imagine other mothers who have kids with even worse disabilities or, it's not a disability though. Like, let
I
me
know what
tell
you
you.
mean. Like it's a hard thing to sometimes process. And I kind of wanted to ask you that too.
Mhm.
What were the emotions you dealt with when I guess you found out?
It was hard because I, at first, I didn't want to be in denial. And I think most uh, parents, they can be in denial sometimes. And I want parents to know, like, it's okay.
Okay.
It's not anything to be scared of. It's really their superpower, like they just see the world different. And that's perfectly fine. We all see the world in our own lenses, but they have a different lens that they see the world in. And that's perfectly fine. It's not a disability, it's their strength, it's their superpower. So, but the emotions I had, I definitely, didn't want to be in denial. And my cousin was actually the one that like kind of brought it to my attention because I didn't know what autism was. I really didn't. I had no clue. I didn't
Real.
know any, people with autistic kids. And as I started doing my research, I'm like, okay, my son is showing symptoms of this, like this is, it's looking very similar. So I'm thinking like, oh, this might be a thing I need to,
Get
uh,
into research
exactly.
deeper.
But I remember one night, it was actually the night before he was had the appointment to be diagnosed. I remember just holding him and I prayed to God. I said, not my prayer wasn't, oh God, please don't let him have this, um, this, I don't want him to have autism. That wasn't my prayer. My prayer was, Lord, prepare me to be a mother of an autistic child.
Beautiful.
And that's exactly what he did.
Beautiful.
So, my emotions definitely, it was like a roller coaster of emotions, but ultimately I had to put my emotions aside because this is my son. He's
My
here
kid,
now.
I love him. Yeah.
Exactly. This is literally my son. So, and can't nobody tell me anything about, my kid. I think um, the hardest part for me was being out in public, and he would have episodes of just screaming. It was too loud. He was overstimulated, and people would just stare. And I really hated that. Like, that was something that was really like hard for me. I'm like, do I have to wear a t-shirt that says my son is autistic? Please don't stare. Like, it's
Yeah.
okay, like you see me trying to deal with this, so let me deal with it.
Yeah,
And
let me
I
let me deal with it without y'all acting weird. Like, relax.
exactly. And these were grown adults, you
Trust
know
me,
what I
I'm,
mean?
I'm imagining. I can imagine.
It wasn't even kids that was there. It was really like the adults that would really like struck
So
struck a nerve with
you
me.
kind of
So
you kind of got into a little bit of my next question, speaking about the challenge, the most challenging part of raising an autistic kid. What has been the most beautiful part?
the most beautiful part is the way he loves me.
I
The
love
way
that.
he loves me because like he is just such a sweet soul, and he's such like an innocent soul, so he just loves, like, even, there's good days, there's bad days in motherhood, like where, oh, he's not listening, so we, might have like a conversation back and forth, and it might, be a little scolding going on, and he still loves me, he it's just the way, it's his innocence, like literally the way he just loves, his pure heart is like what's best. So he'll look at me and he'll be like, mommy, are you okay? And then he'll just tell me like how much he loves me. Like he tells me almost like every 30 minutes, mommy, I love you. Like he
And he's
he
so
literally
cute too. I can just imagine. I
thank
just be
you.
melting melting, man. Like, oh my God, bro.
Literally, I do. And then sometimes, like when he is in trouble, I try my best to like keep it together because like he'll just be looking at me like, and I'm
Right.
like,
Now
oh.
you just want to be nice now. Like, you know what? F it. Who cares? Who cares what you just
Yeah.
did?
And I'll start laughing or something. So then he thinks I'm joking. I'm like, no, this is serious. Like,
How did your support system shape your journey as a parent, or did you have a support system?
So I really have a great support system with my mom's side. Like, my family, they really support me. My mom, especially when I was like living in DC, I was living in DC by myself with my son. I don't have any family there, and I, have friends, but I had to spend a lot of money on nannies to like help because I was working. I was working
You was
like
doing media. You was on TV, so you already know.
literally,
Man,
literally. So I just had to make it work. But my mom, like, if I needed her to, because I had, things to attend to, she would fly in and help me with Kai. And now I'm back in Ohio, so they've just been like super supportive. And I'm really blessed to have them.
were there moments when you felt unheard or unseen by the medical or maybe even the educational system, like when he went to go to school or preschool? And how did you advocate for your son in those times?
Absolutely. I definitely felt like that, especially before he was diagnosed, because I had everyone telling me there's nothing wrong. He's okay. Like my cousin, like I said, he was the one that started asking me questions about, if I thought that Kai could be on the spectrum. But everyone else was like, oh, he's fine. My family, his dad's family, and even the specialist that my son was seeing, like the therapist, they were like, I don't think he's autistic. I just think he has a speech delay. So they had diagnosed him with the speech delay, or he just needed extra help in certain areas, but they didn't think that he was on the spectrum. And I kept pushing for him. Like I'm like, no, like there's something, that
So do you feel like they don't like do enough research or they're too quick to kind of write it off, or what do you think it is exactly?
I think they don't do enough research, which is why they're finally doing research now. But also, I don't think they let me say this in the best way. Like go, I would advise parents to schedule with doctors that actually care and that actually care about, kids who may not be the same as them or may not look the same as them, or just because their kids look different than my kid, I advise parents to take their kids to doctors who really care about them, because I actually had issues with that, especially with his first pediatrician, where I just felt like she didn't care. And it was odd to me, because when I started bringing awareness to some of the symptoms he was having, or like the symptoms he was showing of him being autistic, they kind of really did brush it off. They were like, oh, and it was odd to me because they acted like they already knew that it was going to happen, or they weren't shocked in a way, which that kind of,
Do you feel like it might
was
have been
alarming.
like a racial thing
Or I don't know, I
or
think I think they experiments happen in the medical industry. That's my opinion. And I have claims and stories to back that up, or to back my claims. But yeah, it was just odd to me, because I felt like they did brush it off, but it was like they already knew it was coming. Like they weren't surprised that I said, "Oh, my son is banging his head on like the concrete floor
yeah,
because he can't express how he feels, and head banging is a sign of autism."
yeah.
So, yeah, it was just kind of odd to me the way they reacted when I was sharing this
Let's
information.
let's get a little bit into your book. What do you hope another mother feels when she turns the first page of the book?
I hope she feels a sense of like, okay, this is my community, and a sense of just encouragement, really, like to know like our kids are gonna be okay. Our kids, even if I know there's kids who are further on the spectrum who are nonverbal. My son was nonverbal all the way up to like 4. Like this year was really the year I've heard him like say complete sentences. He's forming all of those together, and now he's communicating. But yeah, I know that there's mothers out there who may have older kids who are nonverbal or have the pad to communicate through. I just want to encourage everyone to just keep going and to keep getting them the help that they really need, because I promise you, if you get them the help that they need, like they're going to progress, and you're going to keep seeing those progressions. Like it's a everyday thing. Like for my son, his progressions, I'm like, oh wow, like they surprise me daily, literally.
Were there any parts of your story of the book that were kind of hard to revisit in the book? And how did you push through to tell your truth?
um I think reading everything afterwards, I was brought to tears. I didn't really have trouble
Writing
like sharing
it.
it. Like uh, when I went to read it all, I'm like, oh my God, like this is it all hit home for me, it's just how far my son has come. Um, you know, I don't even think he's aware of it though. Like I don't tell him he's autistic. Like he can find that out on his own one day, because I don't want to, limit him or feel like he needs to limit himself. I speak life over my son. So I don't he's there's nothing wrong with being autistic. I want
Absolutely.
people to know that they're just like everyone else, literally.
If you could speak to a mom, and I'm sure there's going to be some watching, that just kind of that recently received the autism diagnosis for their child, what would you want her to know?
I would want her to know that it's okay. Like literally, I had to just keep telling myself that it's okay. It's going to be hard. There's going to be battles you're going to face. There's going to be a lot of sleepless nights because of the autistic kids, their body doesn't produce melatonin like non-autistic kids do, so they have a real struggle with sleeping. So there's going to be sleepless nights. There's going to be days where they have those episodes, those tantrums, and they can't, fight their aggression. It's going to be difficult, but I want them to know it's going to be okay. Just breathe. Like you're going to get through this. It's actually going to make you stronger. Literally, like it's going to make you even more sensitive too. Like I became very just sensitive about Kai. Like his feelings and things of that nature. So it helped me grow up, really. Like, I mean, any kid would, but with him, it was okay, I have to be ultra sensitive, like with his feelings.
Absolutely. And I guess my last question for you would be, um, what has your son taught you about love, patience, strength that you didn't know before becoming his mother?
Oh my gosh, like literally all of that in one. He taught me all of that because before, and this is a true story, before like a lot of people they just didn't think I had like a heart. Like I've had
Not they
asked
thought you
before
was cool. Not they thought you was mean.
no, for real, I'm so serious. Like I've gotten asked before, do you have a soul? Of course I do. But I think and I'm pretty sure you can relate, like being in news, it desensitized me a lot. I'm
Absolutely.
seeing different things every day. I'm waking up seeing bodies and it's just a
Murders and all this stuff. Yeah, it's
yes, like
a
you're
lot.
exposed to a lot. So I was desensitized, but and I had no patience, like none at all. But when I had my son, like it was like everything just I had to learn it. I had to learn how to love. I had to learn how to be patient. You can't just be angry with your child because they're doing something, slower than you would, or adults, we can't express our feelings half the time. So what makes you think a child can? We have to be patient with our kids. We have
It's the
to really
truth.
like love them. And I let him feel how he feels. Like I don't ever tell him to stop. You can't stop crying or stop. No, you're crying. What's wrong? Let's talk about it, to build that like emotional maturity within him. But at a young age that I feel like I wasn't able to do, like at a young age. I didn't know things like that. I didn't know like, oh, it's okay to express your feelings or it's okay to, talk about it. Like I didn't know that growing up. So teaching him, I think, is unlearning all those habits, and he's really taught me that. Like I don't want to bring certain generational curses to him, and I'm gonna try to avoid those at the best way I can. So I had to learn a lot. So like like literally having him taught me a lot, just not even about myself, but just about growth, like how to really love, literally, literally.
I just want to say, Erica, I appreciate you so much for just taking the time to sit with me, meet the author. And I just want to let you know, like, you're doing something amazing. This book is
Oh,
going to
thank
change
you.
lives, it's going to change relationships, and it's even going to change some parents, let them know that it's okay. Like, there's people, you have a community that's there to help you, that supports you, that knows what you're going through. So I just want to say, I need my signed edition, my signed copy, you know what I mean?
I
And
got you. It's coming first class to you.
appreciate that, man. Keep going though. I can't
Thank
wait to meet Kai. He's so
you.
cute, man. And
Yes,
I appreciate
yes.
you, Erica.
And I just wanted to let you know I'm so proud of you. Like seriously, everything you've done, like literally, I'm so proud of you. Keep going. Like you're doing it. You're doing it.
Appreciate you.
And I
Appreciate you.
appreciate
We
you
came a
too.
long way, man. You already
You
know.
already know. You already know.
All right, man. We gonna talk and y'all stay blessed. Make sure y'all get the book dropping Monday. My Sunshine
On a cloudy
on a
day.
cloudy day. It's lit. And we
Thank
rolling
you.
out. Hello.